Hello and welcome back to the AI for PR conference, where I'm joined now by Gio Craig, who is the marketing manager at 72 Point. Gio, thank you very much for joining me today. Now, the first thing I wanted to ask you about was PR agencies, obviously, and how they can harness the AI opportunity. What are your thoughts on that?
For us, it's all about using AI indeed to streamline processes, workflows, get ideas for things and thought starters in terms of brainstorming and things like that. But certainly us at 72 Point, we're all about human-centric campaigns and human-centric ideas. So putting human stories at the forefront of content that we're selling into media and putting out there is what we believe is going to cut through in this era where we're seeing more and more AI content going out there, keeping authentic human voices at the center of our work is really critical for us.
Absolutely. I think I already know the answer to the next question, but maybe you could tell me anyway. Do you think AI is going to truly replace human creativity in storytelling?
I think, as I said, even though we're seeing a myriad of content going out in the ether that is generated using AI and has AI's footprint all over it, I don't think it's ever gonna replace authentic human stories, as I mentioned before, because at the end of the day, when you're trying to reach humans and tell stories to humans, they want to hear that from other people, and that real lived experience and authentic storytelling is what cuts through in algorithms and in feeds and is what's going to stop people scrolling and engage and lean in.
Absolutely. Now, we know AI has made it a lot harder to know what's genuine online. Maybe you could tell me your thoughts about that and how it impacts you as a PR agency.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen lots of reports recently of publishers and media even blacklisting PR agencies who are using fake spokespeople or AI-generated spokespeople and attaching that to their content and campaigns. And it's a big no-no because, you know, when you're dealing with national media and publishers with, you know, large followings and prestige within the industry, obviously the first thing they're going to do is fact check any of the content that arrives on their shores, and if it's not genuine and authentic and, you know, expert led, then it's just not going to fly in this day and age.
Absolutely. Now, we know AI does some things remarkably well, almost distressingly well. So maybe you could tell me a little bit about some of the things, you know, you've seen AI do that is fantastic and would really help you as an agency.
Definitely thought starters, giving us quick and snappy ideas that is rooted in what's relevant and what's popular is a good usage of AI for us. Getting inspiration or ideas on maybe how to nose stories or what certain journalists are covering in their beat currently and the kind of stories they're going to be interested in. So, you know, a quick snapshot of maybe the last 5 or 10 articles that they've put together and where that's come from and what sectors they're focused on, things like that. So it's a lot of quick brainstorming, sort of knowledge gathering to save time so that when we come together and ideate as a group, we've got some prompts and some thought starters and some fresh information that previously might have taken weeks to gather or a week. AI can do that in minutes for us, which is really helpful.
Well, absolutely. So those are some of the positives. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about AI's shortcomings.
I mean, I come back to that human storytelling point, and I was just listening to a talk there in the main hall there where the gentleman was saying AI can't replicate humans, right? So his advice was don't use AI to try and sound human because it's not going to work. And, you know, at the end of the day, who knows better how to tell a story to another person than a case study or a person with lived experience and a powerful story to tell. And, you know, when you're looking at it from media or journalistic lens, AI isn't able to knock on doors, AI isn't able to interview people or, you know, sit down and have a real powerful conversation with someone. And those are the kind of stories that we're trying to tell.
No, I think that's so true. And just finally, do you think AI has made the battle for attention, which was obviously massive anyway, has it made it just that little bit harder?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we're now seeing, content machines ramping up their efforts using AI. A lot of it is increasingly hard to tell from real life content, and it means the pace at which publishers or self-publishers, whoever it might be, the rate at which they're able to generate content and put it out there, and it have that shock factor, it look engaging, it draw people in across social media, means that I'd argue attention spans are sort of getting smaller and smaller, so you've got even less time to stop people on their scroll than usual, because that sort of landscape is voracious at the minute.
And it's ever evolving, so we look forward to seeing what happens next. Gio, thank you so much for your time. It's been a real pleasure.
Absolutely.